Have you ever wondered if the one person you're destined to love is already walking on this earth, waiting for you? Today, angels are sending a message that could change everything you thought you knew about love. Because, according to divine confirmation, God has just revealed the name of your soulmate, and the moment you hear it, your heart will be shocked, moved, and inspired. Yes, you heard that right. Angels say that there is someone, your true counterpart, your destined partner, whose name has been confirmed by God Himself. And that revelation is not just a coincidence, it's a sign, a nudge, a message straight from heaven. This is the kind of spiritual moment that makes you stop, reflect, and realize, my love story is guided by divine hands. Imagine hearing the name of the person who is meant for you, before even meeting them. Imagine knowing that every step you've taken, every heartbreak you've endured, every lesson you've learned, has led you to this divine moment. Angels say that God's confirmation of your soulmate's name is more than a hint, it's a celestial signal. And it's happening for you. Right now, you might be skeptical. You might be wondering, how could this be possible? But the truth is, angels are messengers of God. They do not speak lightly. They do not whisper meaningless words. Every confirmation, every sign, every feeling you experience is purposeful. And today, we're going to uncover what that confirmation really means, how it affects your life, and why your heart must be ready to receive it. Before we dive deeper, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt a connection so strong that it seemed supernatural? A connection that defies logic, distance, and time. That's your soul calling out to your soulmate. And now, through divine confirmation, God is revealing who that person truly is today. We'll explore 3 powerful truths about your soulmate and the divine confirmation of their name. Why God chooses to reveal the name of your soulmate at exactly the right time. How angels communicate this sacred message in ways you might not even recognize. What steps you need to take to prepare your heart, your energy, and your life for this life-changing connection. By the end of this video, you will not only understand the sacred significance of this revelation, but you will also feel a deep emotional shift, a stirring in your soul that confirms, I am ready to receive the love God has destined for me now. If you are watching this, it's not by accident. This is your soul's invitation. Your angels have guided you here for a reason. And if you keep watching, you will experience a spiritual awakening that will make your heart skip a beat, your mind open to divine possibilities, and your spirit align with the one person who is destined to complete your love story. Music swells slightly. Angelic choir in background, so, are you ready to hear the truth that could shock your heart? Are you ready to finally recognize the name that God has set aside for your soulmate? Stay with me, because this is more than just a message. It's a divine revelation that could change the course of your life forever. But first, there's a secret your angels want you to know. This confirmation is not always obvious. Sometimes it comes in dreams, visions, feelings, or subtle synchronicities that only a heart attuned to God can recognize. And today, we will reveal exactly how to notice these divine signs and what to do once you do. We introduced a divine revelation. God has confirmed the name of your soulmate. But how do you truly know it? How can you tell that this is not just wishful thinking or coincidence? Angels say the signs are subtle, powerful, and deeply personal. First, you must understand that God's timing is perfect. The revelation of your soulmate's name comes exactly when your heart is ready. Not a moment earlier, not a moment later. If you've been waiting, praying, or longing for clarity, know that this divine confirmation has been orchestrated by forces far greater than you. Your angels communicate in ways that your mind might not immediately recognize. Often, the first sign comes as a feeling deep in your heart, a sudden warmth, a surge of excitement, or an unexplainable peace when you think about someone. Angels are masters of subtlety. They whisper, nudge, and illuminate the path in ways that awaken your intuition. Imagine this: you hear a name in a dream, or a song lyric, or even a random conversation echoes a name that keeps appearing in your life. This is not a coincidence. Angels say that repetition is a divine pattern meant to capture your attention. When you start seeing a name everywhere, pay close attention. It could very well be the one God has confirmed as your soulmate. Synchronicities are another powerful way angels reveal confirmation. You might notice the same initials, number patterns, or symbols appearing repeatedly. Maybe you randomly meet someone whose name starts with the same letter as the one you've been seeing in your visions. Perhaps your favorite book, movie, or even a prayer reveals the name in a subtle way. Angels say these patterns are their way of guiding you, signposts, leading you to the truth. Often, the strongest confirmation comes from your emotions. When you hear or see your soulmate's name, even in the quietest moments, your heart will react in ways that logic cannot explain. You might feel a flutter, a tear, or even a shiver. Angels say that your soul remembers its counterpart even before your conscious mind does. Pay attention to these moments, they are your spirit speaking. Here are 3 ways to tune in and recognize the divine confirmation: meditation and prayer. Sit quietly, breathe deeply, and ask your angels to reveal your soulmate's name. Trust the first thought, word, or image that comes to your mind. Often, it is the answer you've been waiting for. Dream journaling. Angels love to communicate in dreams. Keep a journal by your bedside and write down every dream, especially those involving love, names, or deep connections. Patterns will emerge, pointing you toward divine confirmation. Synchronicity awareness. Pay attention to recurring numbers, letters, or coincidences. Angels often speak through patterns that your mind might initially dismiss. These subtle nudges are signs that your soulmate's name is being revealed to you gradually. Let me share a story that resonates with many who have experienced divine confirmation. A young woman had been praying for guidance about her soulmate. She had no idea who it could be. One morning, she woke from a vivid dream where a man told her his name. At first, she dismissed it. But over the next few weeks, she started noticing the name in songs, license plates, and even random conversations with strangers. Finally, she met someone in real life with that exact name. The connection was instant, undeniable, and deeply spiritual. Angels had been guiding her all along, confirming the name step by step. The key lesson here is trust. Trust the signs, trust your intuition, and trust that God is orchestrating every detail. Angels say that if your heart is open and your spirit is aware, confirmation will come clearly. The universe has ways of showing you what is meant to be, and it will not let you miss this sacred signal. As you begin to notice these signs, it's important to prepare your heart. release doubts, fears, and past disappointments. Angels say that clearing emotional space allows the divine connection to manifest fully. When your soul is aligned, recognition comes naturally. You will feel it deep in your being. There will be no confusion, only clarity and peace. Now that we've learned the signs your angels send to reveal your soulmate's name, it's time to understand why God chooses to reveal it. This is not just a random occurrence, it's a profound spiritual event with a purpose that will touch every aspect of your life. Angels say that divine confirmation happens exactly when your soul is ready. Sometimes, it may feel like you've been waiting forever, and yet the timing seems perfect. This is because God knows your heart, your lessons, and your readiness to receive true love. Revelation doesn't just happen to satisfy curiosity, it happens to align your soul with your divine destiny. Every heartbreak, every lesson, every prayer you've whispered late at night has been preparing you for this very moment. The name God confirms is more than a label, it's a gateway to your spiritual awakening and destined love. Angels also remind us about soul contracts. These are divine agreements made between souls before birth. Your soulmate is not a random encounter, they are a soul you agreed to meet, grow with, and share life's journey. When God confirms a name, it's a reminder that this person is meant to be a teacher, a mirror, and a partner in your highest growth. Their presence in your life is divinely orchestrated to bring joy, healing, and spiritual alignment. Many people wonder, why does hearing a name feel so powerful? Angels say it's because the soul remembers. Even if your mind doesn't recognize the connection yet, your heart knows. The confirmation of a soulmate's name is like unlocking a memory buried deep within your spirit, a memory of a bond that transcends time and space. It's the kind of revelation that can make you pause, cry, or smile uncontrollably, because somewhere inside, you've always known this connection was destined to happen. Divine confirmation isn't just about knowing a name, it's also about preparing your life to receive your soulmate fully. Angels emphasize three important aspects: emotional readiness, release old pain, forgive yourself and others, and heal past relationships. Only then can your heart embrace a soulmate without fear or doubt. Spiritual alignment. Pray, meditate, and connect with your angels. Ask for guidance to recognize and nurture this sacred connection. Practical preparation. Sometimes, God's confirmation will inspire action in your life, changes in habits, career, or environment to align with the person who is destined for you. Your soul and life circumstances must be ready for this divine love. When God confirms a soulmate's name, angels say you will notice several subtle but powerful shifts in your life. Synchronicities intensify. You may keep encountering the name or symbols associated with your soulmate more frequently. Inner peace rises. A feeling of calm assurance, as if the universe is saying, "This is the one." Dreams and visions become vivid. Angels communicate through dreams, often showing moments, feelings, or even first encounters with your soulmate. Magnetic pull. You'll feel drawn to certain places, people, or situations that guide you closer to this person. God reveals your soulmate's name at a specific moment for profound reasons, to validate your prayers and desires. Your longing for love is not ignored. This is divine acknowledgement to prepare you emotionally and spiritually. Awareness allows you to consciously step into the connection with an open heart, to shift your life path. The revelation often triggers changes that align your life with your soulmate, guiding you toward your true purpose together. Consider the story of a man who had been waiting for years to meet his true love. One evening, he received a message in a dream, a name he had never heard before. Over the next few months, he noticed the same name in random places on social media, in books, even in conversations at work. Initially skeptical, he finally met a woman with that exact name at a charity event. The connection was instant and undeniable. Looking back, he realized every heartbreak, every missed opportunity, and every delay had been God's way of preparing him for this perfect timing. Angels had orchestrated each step, revealing the name when his soul was fully ready to recognize and cherish this divine love. Angels want you to know, when God confirms a soulmate's name, it is not just a sign, it is a blessing. It is a divine invitation to open your heart, align with your destiny, and embrace love in its highest form. Do not fear the intensity of your emotions. Do not question the timing. Trust that everything is unfolding according to divine wisdom. The name revealed to you is not just a clue, it is a sacred key to your soulmate journey. Angels say that recognizing the name is only the beginning. To fully embrace this divine love, you must prepare your heart, mind, and life. Think of it as tending a sacred garden. Your soulmate is coming into your life, but your soul must be fertile, your heart open, and your spirit aligned. Let's explore how to make this spiritual preparation a reality. Angels emphasize that past pain and unresolved heartbreak can block the flow of divine love before your soulmate arrives. It's crucial to release emotional baggage. Forgive yourself and others. Let go of resentment, guilt, or regret. Carrying grudges only clouds your heart. Reflect on lessons. Every past relationship had a purpose. Ask yourself, what did I learn, and how can I use it to grow? Release fear. Fear of rejection, betrayal, or loss can prevent you from fully embracing your soulmate. Trust that God's confirmation is perfect timing and protection. Angels say that healing is the soil in which divine love can take root. When you cultivate peace and emotional clarity, your heart becomes a magnet for the soulmate God has chosen for you. Divine love flows to those who are spiritually aligned. Strengthening your connection with God and your angels is essential. Daily prayer. Speak openly to God about your intentions, your hopes, and your readiness for love. Meditation and visualization. Imagine meeting your soulmate, feeling the joy, peace, and connection. Angels often communicate through visions during quiet meditation. Angel communication. Ask for signs, guidance, and clarity. Be attentive to dreams, synchronicities, and subtle nudges in your everyday life. By deepening your spiritual practice, you align your energy with your soulmate. Angels say that love is not just a human experience, it is a sacred, spiritual vibration. The more you attune yourself, the more naturally your soulmate will enter your life. Preparation also involves clarity about the type of love you desire. Ask yourself, what qualities do I want in a soulmate? How will I honor and nurture this connection? Am I ready to give love fully without reservation? Angels remind us, clarity of intention sends a strong signal to the universe. When your heart knows exactly what it seeks, divine forces orchestrate events to bring your soulmate to you. This isn't about control. It's about alignment. When your intentions match your spiritual truth, God's confirmation becomes a living reality. Sometimes, preparation requires practical adjustments in your daily life. Angels say that the environment you create can either attract or repel your soulmate. Create space, clear your home, your schedule, and your mind for love. Remove clutter, both physical and emotional. Follow your passions. Engage in activities that bring joy, fulfillment, and growth. The energy you radiate attracts your soulmate naturally. Be open to new experiences. Love often arrives through unexpected encounters. Be willing to say yes to opportunities that align with your soul's purpose. Angels remind us, divine love cannot be rushed, but it can be welcomed. By preparing your life to receive this person, you create the perfect environment for your soulmate's arrival. One of the most powerful steps is learning to surrender control. Angels say that love flows when trust replaces fear. Release attachment to timing. God's timing is always perfect. The name has been revealed, but the manifestation will happen in the divine moment. Embrace patience. Every waiting period has a purpose. Trust that each step is orchestrated by divine forces. Celebrate signs, recognize synchronicities, repeated numbers, dreams, and feelings as confirmations that you are on the right path. Trusting the process doesn't mean passivity, it means active faith. Your role is to prepare, align, and act with intention while allowing God to handle the perfect unfolding. Angels often remind us that love starts within. Before your soulmate can enter your life fully, you must believe you are worthy of this love. Practice self-love daily. Affirm your value, beauty, and spiritual significance. Honor your boundaries. Recognize that love thrives when respect and care exist. Celebrate your growth. Reflect on how far you've come. Every challenge has prepared you for this divine connection. When you love yourself, you radiate the energy that your soulmate is drawn to. Angels say, your self-worth is the magnet for your destined love. Preparation is not passive, it is active. Angels encourage small, inspired steps to open the path to your soulmate. Attend social or spiritual gatherings aligned with your values. Engage in personal growth activities, courses, or hobbies that expand your horizons. Follow your intuition when opportunities arise. It's often your angels guiding you to encounters that align with your destiny. Remember, divine love is co-created. God provides the confirmation. The angels guide you. But your willingness to act turns the vision into reality. Consider a woman who had just learned her soulmate's name through a dream and repeated signs. She spent months reflecting, healing, and aligning her life with love, deepening her spiritual practice, forgiving old wounds, and embracing self-love. Months later, she met a man in a spiritual retreat whose name matched the divine confirmation. The connection was immediate and profound. Angels had been preparing both souls simultaneously. Her preparation allowed the relationship to blossom effortlessly. Angels remind us, knowing your soulmate's name is only the first step. True divine love requires preparation, heart, mind, spirit, and life aligned. When you take these steps, you not only invite your soulmate into your life, you also transform into the highest version of yourself, the partner your soulmate has been seeking all along. Now comes the moment many have been waiting for, recognizing your soulmate. When they appear and knowing how to respond, angels say that when you finally encounter this person, your soul will know before your mind does. The recognition is instantaneous, unmistakable, and deeply moving. Let's explore how to see the signs, interpret them, and align your actions with divine guidance. One of the first ways angels reveal your soulmate is through an intense sense of familiarity. You may feel as though you've known this person forever. Even if you've just met, your heart may skip a beat, or a wave of warmth may flow through you. There may be a sense of homecoming. Your soul is recognizing its counterpart. This feeling is not just emotional, it's spiritual. Angels say that souls resonate at unique frequencies, and when they meet, the recognition is undeniable. It's a moment that transcends logic, a confirmation that this person is truly the one God revealed, just as God used signs to confirm their name. Angels continue to use synchronicities when you meet repeated numbers, letters, or symbols connected to their name. Unexplained coincidences that bring you together, shared experiences, or interests that feel divinely orchestrated. Pay attention to these patterns. They are confirmations that your encounter is guided by angels and aligned with your destiny. When you meet your soulmate, the connection is often emotionally profound. Conversations feel effortless. Silence is comfortable. You may feel deeply understood without explaining yourself. Angels say that this emotional depth is a hallmark of a divine connection. It is a reflection of your soul, recognizing its counterpart and opening fully to love. Besides emotional recognition, there are subtle physical and spiritual signals, goosebumps, shivers, or a rush of warmth when you are near them. Dreams intensify visions of shared moments, laughter, and intimacy. Intuition guides you. You feel compelled to follow circumstances that bring you together. These are not coincidences. They are your angels affirming that this is the person God confirmed for you. Recognition is only the first step. Angels emphasize that how you respond sets the foundation for the relationship. Here's guidance. Stay calm and grounded. The intensity of emotions can be overwhelming. Take deep breaths and center yourself. Trust your instincts. Angels communicate through intuition. If your heart says to connect, listen. If it says to pause, honor that as well. Communicate honestly. Speak from the heart. Authenticity opens the door for a divine bond to grow. Remain present. Focus on the current moment rather than the future. Angels say that divine love flourishes in presence, not expectation. Remember, this is not just a romantic encounter, it is a spiritual awakening. Approach it with reverence, gratitude, and openness. Angels also guide the progression of the connection after the first meeting. Watch for these signs: mutual growth. You inspire each other to be your best selves. Effortless communication. Conflicts resolve quickly and respectfully. Shared spiritual values. Alignment in beliefs. Purpose and vision for life. Divine guidance. Repeated confirmations, like synchronicities and dreams, continue to appear. These signs indicate that the relationship is divinely orchestrated. and that God's confirmation of the name is manifesting in reality. Even with divine confirmation, challenges may arise. Angels say these are opportunities for growth. Fear of vulnerability. Remember, love requires openness. Trust the divine plan. Timing issues. Life circumstances may not align immediately. Patience is part of the spiritual journey. Past patterns resurfacing. Old emotional wounds may appear. Use them as lessons, not barriers. Angels remind us, every challenge is temporary, and every lesson strengthens the divine connection. Stay aligned with love, faith, and trust. Here's an example from someone who received divine confirmation of their soulmate's name. A woman had noticed repeated signs of a man's name in dreams, songs, and conversations. Months later, at a spiritual retreat, she met a man whose name matched the divine confirmation. The moment their eyes met, she felt an overwhelming sense of peace, recognition, and joy. Their connection grew effortlessly, guided by angels and sustained by shared spiritual alignment. This story reminds us, divine confirmation is not just a promise, it is a living reality when hearts are open. Angels want you to know, when you finally recognize your soulmate, do not doubt your feelings. The heart knows what the mind may question. Trust the signals. Embrace the connection. Celebrate the divine orchestration of your love story. This is the sacred moment your soul has been waiting for, and your angels are cheering you on every step of the way. But angels remind us that recognition is only the beginning. To truly honor the soulmate God confirmed for you, it's essential to nurture and sustain this sacred bond. Love, like any divine gift, requires care, attention, and alignment. Let's explore how to maintain a soulmate connection that is spiritually fulfilling, emotionally enriching, and destined to thrive. Angels emphasize that your soulmate connection is first and foremost a spiritual bond. Pray together. Create rituals of gratitude and spiritual reflection together. This strengthens the soul connection. Share spiritual practices, meditation, affirmations, or sacred reading together enhances understanding and energy alignment. Seek guidance from angels. Invite divine guidance in decisions, challenges, and celebrations. By prioritizing spiritual alignment, you ensure that your love grows not just emotionally but soulfully, creating a connection that transcends ordinary relationships. True soulmate love thrives on authenticity. Angels encourage open hearts and honest communication. Express your feelings, don't hold back affection, appreciation, or concerns. Share your dreams. Discuss life goals, spiritual visions, and aspirations together. Address conflicts with compassion. Misunderstandings are natural. Approach challenges with patience and empathy. When both partners feel safe to express themselves, the bond deepens. Angels say vulnerability is the gateway to intimacy and lasting trust. Divine love is transformative. Angels say your soulmate is a mirror for growth. Encourage each other. Support personal, spiritual, and professional growth. Celebrate achievements. Recognize milestones, both big and small. Learn together. Explore spiritual courses, books, or practices that enrich both lives. Your connection is strengthened when both partners evolve individually while growing together. This ensures a love that is resilient, fulfilling, and divinely guided. Angels remind us that even soul-level relationships flourish with romantic care, surprise gestures, and thoughtful acts of love. Regular quality time, free from distractions, expressing gratitude and admiration daily. Romance is the energy that keeps the soul connection vibrant. Even in a spiritual bond, nurturing affection ensures that the relationship remains joyful and full of life. Even in a soulmate connection, not everything happens immediately. Angels say, major life events such as commitment, cohabitation, or marriage unfold according to divine timing. Trust delays as part of God's perfect plan, ensuring both souls are ready. Celebrate every step in the journey, not just the milestones. Patience and trust allow your relationship to deepen naturally, free from pressure or forced outcomes. Angels continue to communicate through signs and synchronicities. Even after the first meeting, shared numbers, symbols, or repeated meaningful experiences, dreams or intuitive nudges guiding decisions and paths, serendipitous encounters that deepen connection. Pay attention to these divine confirmations together. They remind both partners that this connection is blessed, guided, and sacred. Consider a couple whose soulmate names were revealed through divine signs. After meeting, they prioritized spiritual alignment, communication, and personal growth. They maintained rituals of prayer, celebrated synchronicities, and supported each other's ambitions. Years later, their bond had grown not just romantically but spiritually. Even in challenging moments, they found strength in their alignment, trust in divine timing, and gratitude for the sacred love God had orchestrated. Angels guided their path every step of the way. Even divine soulmate connections face challenges. Angels remind us, these are opportunities for growth, not failure. Ego conflicts. Sometimes, the ego resists surrender. Approach with humility and love. External pressures, family, work, or societal expectations may challenge the bond. Angels say mutual understanding and patience help overcome these pressures. Emotional triggers, old wounds may resurface. Use these moments for reflection, healing, and deeper connection. Remember, every challenge is temporary, and divine love is resilient when nurtured consciously. Angels suggest practical steps to keep the connection strong. Morning gratitude. Begin each day by expressing love and appreciation. Evening reflection. Review the day together, focusing on joy lessons and growth. Acts of kindness. Small gestures of love daily maintain intimacy and warmth. Shared spiritual intentions, set goals, prayers, or visions together. This aligns both your energies for higher love. Soft chime. Gentle angelic tones. By making these practices part of daily life, you create a sacred environment where divine love thrives. Angels want you to remember, your soulmate connection is a gift from God. Celebrate every moment, big or small. Recognize the divine orchestration, honor each other's growth, and cherish the spiritual depth of your bond. This is more than romantic love, it is a union of souls, a reflection of God's divine plan, and a journey that enriches both hearts, minds, and spirits. But angels remind us that a soulmate journey is a continuous spiritual journey. Maintaining divine guidance and angelic support ensures that this love continues to thrive at the deepest level. Today, We'll explore how to stay connected with your angels, recognize ongoing signs, and align your relationship with God's plan. Angels emphasize that consistent spiritual practice strengthens your soulmate connection. Morning prayer or meditation. Begin each day by connecting with God and your angels. Ask for guidance, protection, and clarity in your relationship. Gratitude practice. Acknowledge your soulmate and the divine orchestration in your life. Gratitude amplifies positive energy and attracts more blessings. Evening reflection. Review the day's experiences, noting synchronicities, lessons, or moments of divine connection. By keeping this spiritual routine, you maintain alignment with God's plan and ensure that your bond continues to flourish. Divine support continues long after your first encounter. Angels communicate through subtle signals, synchronicities, repeated numbers, symbols, or coincidences that reinforce your connection. Dreams may reveal insights about your soulmate or guide decisions in your relationship. Intuitive nudges, a feeling, thought, or urge that guides your actions, often from your angels. Pay attention to these signs and trust that your angels are guiding both you and your soulmate toward the highest outcome. Angels remind us that they are always available for guidance, protection, and support. Ask for clarity when making decisions, big or small. Invite angelic guidance. Express gratitude. Thank angels for signs, protection, and blessings in your love journey. Listen quietly. Often guidance comes as subtle thoughts, feelings, or images. Trust your intuition. This ongoing communication keeps your soulmate connection spiritually anchored and protected. Angels encourage couples to grow spiritually together. Shared meditation or prayer sessions strengthen energy alignment and deepen intimacy. Spiritual discussions. Talk about your dreams, visions, and personal growth experiences. Divine goal setting. Set shared intentions aligned with your higher purpose. Spiritual growth as a couple ensures your relationship thrives on a soul level, not just emotionally or physically. Even after your soulmate appears, angels remind you that timing is everything. Milestones such as moving in together, engagement, or marriage may happen when God deems it perfect. Challenges may appear, but trust that they serve a higher purpose for growth and alignment. Celebrate each phase as a sacred part of your journey. Patience and faith are crucial. Your angels are always guiding, even if the timing feels delayed. Angels also teach the importance of healthy boundaries. Respect each other's personal growth, space, and individuality. Maintain open communication about feelings and expectations. Avoid codependency. Divine love thrives when both partners are whole, individually. Boundaries. Don't distance the soul connection, they protect and strengthen it. Consider a couple whose soulmate names were revealed through angelic signs. Even after meeting, they continued to practice daily prayer, shared meditation, and gratitude rituals. When conflicts arose, they noticed subtle synchronicities and intuitive nudges guiding their decisions. Over time, these spiritual practices deepened their love, protected their bond, and ensured that their connection aligned with God's highest plan. Angels were actively guiding them every step of the way. Angels remind you, divine guidance is always present, even when it's subtle. Trust the signs, celebrate synchronicities, and remain open to angelic support. Your soulmate connection is divinely orchestrated, and ongoing spiritual alignment ensures that this love grows stronger every day. By maintaining communication with your angels, practicing gratitude, and honoring the spiritual aspects of your relationship, you create a sacred space where love, joy, and divine guidance flow effortlessly. The deepest, most transformative love happens when you intentionally deepen your emotional and spiritual bond today. We'll explore how to create a connection that is not only romantic, but sacred, eternal, and divinely guided. Angels emphasize the power of emotional honesty. Share your feelings openly. Let your partner know your joys, fears, dreams, and struggles. Practice active listening. Give full attention. Without judgment or distraction, validate emotions. Acknowledge and honor each other's feelings, even if they differ from your own. Transparency builds trust and safety, which allows your bond to expand beyond the ordinary into the divine. Spiritual alignment is a cornerstone of soulmate relationships. Meditation together. Align your energy, calm your mind, and focus on shared intentions. Prayer together. Invite God and angels to bless your connection, protect it, and guide your journey. Vision boards or intention setting create shared goals for your life and love, cultivating a sense of purpose and unity. Angels say that couples who intentionally nurture spiritual practices together strengthen not only their bond but also their shared life path. True, soulmate love is deeply transformative. Angels encourage couples to embrace vulnerability as a tool for growth, share past experiences and lessons. This builds empathy and understanding. Discuss fears and insecurities. Doing so removes barriers to intimacy. Celebrate breakthroughs together. Each moment of shared vulnerability strengthens trust and connection. Vulnerability is not weakness, it is a sacred bridge that connects your hearts and souls. On a higher level, angels continue to send signs and synchronicity, even after your initial connection. Together, you can notice patterns in daily life, numbers, repeated names, or meaningful events. Reflect on dreams. Discuss shared dreams or intuitive feelings. Give thanks for every divine sign. Celebrate the confirmations that angels are actively guiding your love. Recognizing these synchronicities together deepens the awareness that your love is divine, not just coincidental. Gratitude is a powerful energy that elevates the connection. Thank your partner daily. Express appreciation for love, support, and shared experiences. Gratitude rituals. Write down blessings you receive from your relationship and reflect together. Acknowledge divine orchestration. Thank God and your angels for guiding your hearts together. Angels remind us, when gratitude becomes a habit, love flows effortlessly, and the spiritual connection intensifies. Communication is the lifeblood of a soulmate connection. Angels recommend mindful, conscious dialogue. Use I statements. Speak from your perspective without blaming. Pause before responding. Listen fully and respond thoughtfully. Focus on solutions and growth. Approach conflicts with the goal of understanding and improvement. Conscious, Communication transforms challenges into opportunities for growth and strengthens the emotional foundation of your love. Divine soulmate. Relationships often include shared life purpose. Angels encourage. Discuss your visions for the future, career, family, spiritual growth, and lifestyle. Support each other's dreams, celebrate and facilitate each other's achievements, co-create experiences, travel, volunteer, or engage in spiritual projects together. When two souls align in purpose as well as love, the relationship transcends ordinary romance and becomes a divine partnership. Consider a couple whose soulmate names were divinely revealed. After recognizing and nurturing their connection, they intentionally deepened their emotional and spiritual bond. They meditated together every morning, celebrated synchronicities, shared fears openly, and expressed gratitude daily. Over time, their love became a sacred space, a refuge, a source of strength, and a channel for spiritual growth. Angels guided them each step, and the relationship became a reflection of divine love in action. This story reminds us, divine love grows exponentially when nurtured with intention, honesty, and spiritual alignment. Angels want you to know, deepening your bond is a daily commitment. You don't have to wait for perfect moments. Every conversation, every act of gratitude, every shared prayer strengthens your connection. Morning affirmations. I honor my soulmate, our love, and the divine path we share. Evening reflections. Discuss the day, acknowledge growth, and celebrate love. Intentional moments of intimacy, small gestures, loving words, or shared experiences reinforce connection. Through these practices, your relationship becomes a sacred channel for love, spiritual growth, and divine guidance. You've discovered the signs of your soulmate, prepared your heart and life, recognized their presence, nurtured the connection, and deepened your bond. Now, angels invite you to embrace the full destiny of your soulmate connection, a love that is not only earthly but divine, sacred, and transformational. This is the moment when the guidance, preparation, and spiritual work culminate. When your heart fully opens, you step into the love that God has orchestrated for you, one that fulfills your soul's purpose. Angels remind you, your soulmate is more than a partner. They are a spiritual mirror and divine companion. Your connection exists to help both souls grow, heal, and align with higher purpose. It reflects God's love, teaching patience, compassion, and unconditional love. Every interaction, challenge, and joy is a sacred lesson in spiritual partnership. Understanding the sacredness allows you to approach your relationship with reverence and gratitude. Love becomes a spiritual practice, not just an emotion. Your soulmate connection is co-created with God's guidance. Angels encourage you to actively participate in shaping your shared destiny. Set shared intentions, align your life goals, spiritual practices, and love vision. Act in alignment with divine signs. Follow intuition and angelic guidance. Support each other's purpose. Celebrate growth, achievements, and divine callings. When you co-create consciously, your love becomes a living expression of divine will, fulfilling a higher purpose together. Even in destiny, timing is everything. Angels say, life events moving in together. Commitment, marriage occur according to divine orchestration. Trust that every step is perfectly timed to ensure spiritual alignment and emotional readiness. Celebrate each moment as a sacred step on your journey together. Patience and trust allow your connection to grow naturally, free from anxiety or doubt. The most powerful soulmate connections thrive when both hearts remain aligned spiritually and emotionally. Daily gratitude and prayer. Acknowledge the divine presence in your relationship. Mindful communication. Speak and listen with compassion and intention. Shared growth. Explore spiritual practices, goals, and dreams together. Angels emphasize that consistent attention to alignment keeps the connection strong, sacred, and fulfilling. Even after the bond is established, angels continue to communicate. Repeated numbers, symbols, or meaningful events related to your connection. Dreams or visions offering guidance, clarity, or reassurance. Intuitive nudges guiding shared decisions or paths. Recognizing these signs allows both partners to remain spiritually connected and aware of the divine orchestration at work in their lives. Even divine connections face challenges. Angels remind you that these obstacles are opportunities to strengthen your bond. Communication gaps. Approach with patience.
Understanding and vulnerability. Emotional triggers. Use them as tools for reflection, growth, and compassion. External pressures. Trust divine guidance to navigate family, work, or societal influences. When faced with difficulty, keep faith in God's plan and the angelic support surrounding your connection. Consider a couple who had received divine confirmation of their soulmate names. Over time, they followed angelic guidance, nurtured their bond, and aligned spiritually and emotionally. They celebrated synchronicities, practiced gratitude, and supported each other's growth. Even challenges strengthened their trust and love. Ultimately, they stepped fully into their destiny, creating a relationship that reflected divine love, a true spiritual partnership guided by God and angels. This story shows that embracing destiny requires trust, alignment, and intentional action. Angels want you to know, if your soulmate's name has been revealed, this is your moment to step into destiny. Trust your signs. Recognize synchronicities, dreams, and intuitive nudges as confirmation. Prepare your heart, heal, release fear, and practice self-love. Align your life, create space, follow spiritual practices, and maintain emotional clarity. Embrace divine timing. Be patient, celebrate every step, and trust the orchestration. Nurture your connection. Daily gratitude, mindful communication, and shared spiritual growth. When you follow these steps, your love story will flourish in alignment with God's plan, guided every step by angels. Your soulmate connection is a divine gift. It is sacred, transformative, and eternal. Angels have guided you to this point, confirming the name of the person destined to walk beside you in life and spirit. Open your heart fully. Trust the divine process. Embrace the love that God has orchestrated for you. This is more than a relationship, it is a spiritual journey of growth, joy, and fulfillment, guided by angels and rooted in divine love. If this message has touched your heart, if you feel the divine love of your soulmate calling, please like this video, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to Sacred Soul Encouragement for more messages from the angels. Your angels are speaking to you through these words, guiding you toward love, clarity, and purpose. Don't miss another sign, another confirmation, another message that can transform your life.